Okay guys, welcome to Module 1. In this module, our expert will be teaching you about recording your video lessons. So get ready to take some notes and let's jump right in.
Alright guys, so in this lesson, which will be a pretty quick one, we're just going to go over some of the basic ways of recording video content for your e-learning product. Most of these you're already familiar with, that's why this is going to be a pretty quick lesson. However, I want to cover three specific ones. Number one is basically just a PowerPoint presentation. Now a PowerPoint presentation is easy enough to set up, most of you have set that up many times. The question is, how do you turn it into a video? And there's two options. Option number one would be to have a script that you read through carefully in a well-presented manner and record that prior to trying to make the video. So you just record the audio. And once you've got the audio recorded, you then import that audio right here into your slide and you set it to, if you go to playback, to hide during the show, play across slides, and probably start automatically is best on your first or one of your first slides. And then you would go through rehearsed timings and just go through the entire slideshow and click through the presentation in synchronization with the audio that you're listening to. And then once you save that, when you export this to MP4, it'll be synchronized. The other option, if you're good at delivering things off the cuff, would be to forego recording your audio beforehand and just record it during an actual recording of the slideshow. So once your slideshow is all set up, just hit record slideshow, and you're going to go through the entire thing, click through it, narrating in real time, and it'll record your narration, and that will be your finished MP4 when you export. One quick tip, though, is get yourself on camera, okay? Even if you don't like being on video, at a minimum, for the sake of your personal brand, have a picture of you on the first slide, at least when you're saying, hey folks, this is so-and-so, and in today's lesson we're going to discuss. You know, during that portion, that intro portion, it's a good idea to actually have yourself in the video at the beginning for the sake of your personal brand. Not a must, but a good idea, okay? Finally, once you've done one of those two options, either importing an audio file that you recorded beforehand or recording it in real time, you're going to come over here to File, you're going to Export, and you're going to export it as a video, MP4 at 1080p. That's the best way to do it. So that is the PowerPoint side of things. Now, let's have a look at screen capture, screen recording. Now you can use various types of screen recording software. Probably the coolest one out there is, well, I shouldn't say that. There's many very, very cool ones. But one of the popular ones is OBS because of all the settings that you can adjust. Okay, and OBS, basically you would come into your recording center here, you would come over to Source, and audio is usually set up automatically, but you want to right click, add a new source, and that source should be display capture right there. Hit OK, and as you can see, here I'll move a window around, and there you can see our screen right there on screen being moved around. Let's go ahead and pull that back up so we can actually see what's going on. And there's a couple different settings that you can choose from. You can have it capture your entire screen, or you can have it focus on just one window. So definitely play around with that. But you've seen these 1,000 times. These are the over-the-shoulder tutorial style videos, kind of like we're recording right now. And you're just walking through a process and making sure that the important parts are captured right there on your screen. So let me go ahead and close this out before it interferes with my current video capturing software, which is Screencast-O-Matic, which is basically the exact same thing. Close this, and let's come back over to my browser to talk about the final of the three ways that you can record your content, and that is on-screen talking head video of you, and guess what? You don't need to have a studio-grade camera with a green screen and all that stuff. Nowadays, if you look at the average smartphone, and I've got, let's see, Google's Pixel, I've got Samsung Galaxy S9, and I've got iPhone 10 pulled up here. And what you'll notice is 12 megapixel camera. 12 megapixel camera. Where's it over here? I'm sure I saw it. Oh yeah, there you go. 12 megapixel camera. All of these record video in at least 1080p HD at a pretty nice frame rate. But I think most of them now do 4K recording. So there's no need for you to go out and spend money on a super high-tech camera. And there's also no need these days. I mean, video content in general, the trending thing is for it to become a little bit more casual. Literally just you at your table, like this gal, in her living room with her house behind her, doing a video. That's the trending thing these days. So don't feel like you have to go out there and break the bank on all sorts of studio equipment and green screens and special stuff and lighting. I mean, lighting is probably the one thing that you should invest in a little bit. But don't go crazy, because videos are getting easier to make. On-screen, or your talking head style videos are more easy to make, less expensive to make, and the trend these days is casual. That's what appeals to most audiences today, and you can just do that with your smartphone right there. Go buy a small little tripod to put on your desk, and or even, even a selfie stick would probably pass these days, although maybe not for a high-end e-learning environment. But that's it, guys. That's the 3 ways that you can easily record content for your e-learning course.